When it comes to talking to your children about money, it can be hard to know where to set the boundaries. Beth Kobliner, author of Make Your Kids a Money Genius, Even If You're Not, joins us now with some sage advice. Hi, Beth.
Hi.
It can be a little tough to know exactly what to talk to your kids about when it comes to money, but one thing it seems that experts all agree on is that you should start talking about money early, right?
Absolutely. I think as early as age 3, research shows that children at 3 understand some basic money concepts like exchange, you give money for things you want, or value, that things have value and you want to save your money to buy them. So starting really early in preschool actually is key.
And if you're a parent who has both daughters and sons, you have to be careful to treat them equally when it comes to money lessons, right?
Absolutely. Mind the money gap. I think the money gap is something we don't talk about enough, but parents do talk to boys. Surveys have shown more than they talk to girls about money. And those same parents in surveys say that they think their sons know the value of a dollar better than their daughters. So it is essential that we really, particularly because there's a pay gap, we have a lot to make up for.
Now, should you be honest when your kids ask you things like, you know, how much money do you have on you? When you're at the store and they want to buy something, a lot of parents will say, I don't have any money. Don't ask me.
Don't lie.
Don't lie.
Do not lie. Because what'll happen is then you'll go down the street and buy a latte and you'll pull out your credit card and they'll say, well, but you said you don't have money. I mean, explaining and saying, you know what? We're not going to buy this now. If we're going into the supermarket and we have to get milk and eggs, that's what we're getting, and then we're going to come out and keep it clear to them. And don't lie, though.
But when you're having financial disagreements, let's say with your spouse, and you're having those money arguments, should you hide that from your children?
I don't know if hide exactly is how I would say it, but I definitely think you should keep it behind closed doors.
Okay.
I think it's important to show your kids a unified front.
Right.
My parents have been married for 65 years, and they
never heard them argue about money?
Not about money. They've been my inspiration for this book because they really were able to talk about it, you know, confer with each other. And it's okay to say to your kid, look, we'll get back to you. We have to think about this, and we'll let you know whether you can go on this trip with your friends or go to the movies on us or whatever it is.
And you say you don't have to answer every question they ask you. For instance, if they ask you, hey, Mom, how much do you make?
Yeah.
You don't have to answer that question.
Absolutely not. I'm a real believer in, as a parent, keep it age appropriate. If your 5-year-olds ask you and you tell them, you're going to hear it at parent-teacher visiting day.
Right.
So you want to just, you know, explain.
But here's a trickier one. Let's say they say, hey, Mom, who makes more, you or Dad?
No need to answer.
No need to answer that one either.
We both work. If I'm a stay-at-home dad or a working mom, whatever it is, you can explain that, but keep it age appropriate for sure.
And should you also hold your tongue when it comes to relatives? Like, you shouldn't say, oh, that's your rich aunt or that's your deadbeat uncle, right?
Well, I think maybe we've all done that once or twice and it really comes back to haunt you. It's good to use anecdotes, though. You could tell stories about, oh, someone I once knew, she charged up her credit card debt in college and she never got to get a car loan for many years later. Those kind of stories are really helpful, but try to, you know, change the names to protect the innocent.
So, though, is it helpful to share with your children your own money worries? I mean, let's say you're worried about paying the mortgage or you're worried about saving for college, which affects them directly. Should they know that?
I think not. I think you can have a conversation, and I think it's really important to start these conversations maybe in 8th grade and start saying, you know what? Well, you start talking about college even younger. You say, one day we hope you'll go to college, and actually we know if you set up a savings account for college for a young child and just tell them, it doesn't matter how much you have in it, that will be a predictor of whether your kid will go to college.
Those 529 started early, right?
But don't stress out in front of them. Say, we're in this together. We're going to figure this out. Get affordable school that you love and we love too.
Great advice, Beth. Keeping it age appropriate, right? Thank you so much for that.
Thank you.